A recently revealed email sheds light on Blake Lively's involvement in a high-profile film, which some are labeling an act of extortion. One of the film's producers strongly criticized Lively's demand for a producer credit on the project. This email, now part of a legal dispute involving the film's team and a major publication, offers insight. A recently revealed email sheds light on Blake Lively's involvement in a high-profile film, which some are labeling an act of extortion. One of the film's producers strongly criticized Lively's demand for a producer credit on the project. This email, now part of a legal dispute involving the film's team and a major publication, offers insight into the conflict. The email, written by Jamie to his partners, states, "I'm writing regarding a letter I composed on behalf of Justin Baldoni and myself, addressed to the Producers Guild." He explains, "We received a request to recommend Blake for the PGA mark, which would certify her as a producer. Receiving the PGA mark would effectively place Lively in a higher position than Baldoni, who served as an executive producer." Jamie called the request unreasonable and cold-hearted, adding that the project had been unfairly taken from Justin and their company, Wayfarer Studios, due to Blake's alleged actions. Jamie wrote that despite disagreeing with Blake's demands, they eventually agreed to her request because they felt pressured. He claimed, "She continues to hold a threat over our heads. Each time we attempt to push back, she uses this threat, directly or indirectly, to get us to comply." While Jamie stopped short of saying they were forced, he admitted the stakes were too high to resist. He elaborated, "With Sony involved, substantial investments, and years of development on the line, we felt trapped." The letter Blake demanded praised her contributions, but Jamie noted it omitted the truth of how she influenced the project. He added that it served as a record in case they ever needed to explain their reasoning. In their lawsuit, Justin and Jamie said Blake's actions and grievances left them feeling deeply unsettled. Despite their discomfort, production continued because shutting down would have been disastrous. Their lawyer explained, "The stakes were extraordinarily high. Major financiers had committed vast resources. Cast and crew had endured months without work due to the strikes, and nearly 5 years of development had gone into making this film a reality." The email also detailed how Blake's requests infringed on Justin's protected editing period, a 10-week window granted to directors to finalize their edits without interference. Jamie wrote that Blake was invited to collaborate for 2 days, but ended up extending her presence to 10 days. During this time, she insisted on working alone in the editing bay to create her own cut of the film. This demand created tension as Blake's edit ultimately replaced Justin's, despite his version testing better with audiences. Jamie and Justin claimed they agreed to Blake's demands under persistent pressure. The legal documents also noted that Blake's experience in the industry gave her a full understanding of the consequences of her actions. Her requests, they argued, were deliberate and self-serving. Blake's allegations of harassment by Justin were also questioned in the email. It noted that despite claiming she felt uncomfortable around him, she repeatedly sought close collaboration, including time in the editing bay. The producers argued that this contradicted her narrative and suggested ulterior motives, such as securing a producer credit and solidifying her influence within the industry. As part of the lawsuit, Justin and Jamie submitted a letter to their attorneys, clarifying that the recommendation they provided for Blake's producer credit was signed under duress. They stated that Blake did not fulfill the necessary responsibilities to earn the PGA mark and instead forced her way into the editing room to exert control. The situation raises questions about Blake's motivations, with some suggesting her actions were more about gaining power and recognition than addressing any alleged mistreatment. Once her demands were met, the conflicts appeared to dissipate, casting doubt on her claims of harassment. Subscribe to our channel for updates and the continuation of this unfolding story.